Hello everyone, welcome to Unified Council. Today we are going to discuss some questions from English language that are very important for your Unified International English Olympiad exam. So let's start with the very first question. Question number 1 says, which option can be a singular noun? So we are given 4 nouns here and we have to pick that noun which can be singular. So let's have a look at all the options one by one. Trucks. Trucks is a plural noun because the singular of trucks is truck. Seats is also a plural noun because its singular is seat. If I talk about tires, it is also a plural noun because singular of tires is tire. But if we look at option B, chassis. Chassis is same in singular as well as plural form. Okay, and what does this word mean? This word means a frame. It is basically a frame on which a vehicle is built. On which a vehicle is built. So obviously the noun which can be singular is option B. Chassis. Okay, so right answer is option B. Let's quickly have a look at question number 2. Which option cannot be a gerund? So first of all, we should know what is a gerund. You must have used V1 plus ing. That is first form of verb plus ing. But do you know, sometimes this V1 plus ing acts as a noun in a sentence. And in that case, it is called a gerund. Okay. So now here we are given 4 words ending in ing and we have to pick that option which cannot be a gerund. So let's see. Let's have a look at all the options one by one. First one is bending. So bending can be a gerund. You can use it as a noun. For example, bending in yoga. Bending in yoga is essential for flexibility. Okay. So here it is not used as a verb. Here this V1 plus ing is used as a noun. It is a subject here. So it can be a gerund. Okay. So we can rule out this option. Sending. Sending can also be a noun. For example, sending an email is a quick way to communicate with your colleagues. Okay, sending an email is a quick way to communicate with your colleagues. So now see, in this case also, sending is not used as a verb. It is used as a noun here. Likewise, trending. Trending can also be a noun. For instance, trending on social media. You see, trending on social media is a common occurrence. Trending on social media is a common occurrence for viral content. So you see, in this case also, trending is not a verb. In fact, it is a noun here. So the only option which cannot be a gerund here is unending. Unending is an adjective. For example, the unending rain. Okay, so you see it is qualifying a noun. Rain here, it is an adjective and it cannot be a gerund. For instance, the unending rain made it difficult for us to go outside. You see, So that's why this option cannot be a gerund because it is an adjective. So right answer is option C. Now let's have a look at question number 3. Which of the following options is not an adverb? Because, before, forever, or thus. Which option cannot be an adverb? Is not an adverb basically. Before, thus, and forever. All these are adverbs. But if I talk about option A, because is not an adverb. Why? Because its part of speech is conjunction. You must have seen because joining two clauses, or you can say two sentences sometimes. For instance, I did not go to school today. I did not go to school today because I was ill. You see, in this case, because is a connector. It's a conjunction which is used to connect two clauses. I didn't go to school today. It's the first clause, right? Clause number 1 is I didn't go to school today. And then there is another clause, I was ill. And we are using because to connect them. So it is a conjunction and not an adverb. So right answer here is option E. Let's have a look at next question, which is question number 4. Which option has correct syllables of sincere? So if I talk about this word sincere, it has two syllables, and which are sincere. And let's have a look. Which option contains this? Incorrect. Option A is ruled out. It is again incorrect. This one is also incorrect. Right one is option B. Sincere. Two syllables in this word. So option B is the right one. Next is question number 5. Which option cannot be a past tense? Breaded, dreaded, needed, or pleaded. So see, if I talk about dread, it is a verb. Dread means when you feel that something bad is going to happen, when you are afraid of something, okay, and you have this feeling that something bad will happen. That is dread. And its past form is dreaded. Okay, it is past of dread. If I talk about need, need is also a verb. Okay, need means you need a dough. You see, need is basically when you press or when you stretch a dough or maybe a clay, okay, with your hands to make it ready for use. So that thing is kneading. Okay, need is a verb and its past form is needed. So definitely it can be a past tense. It is past tense actually. If I talk about plead, it is also a verb which means to beg. Okay, to make a request, to beg. And this is the past form of plead. So definitely it is a past tense. So the only option that we are left with is breaded. Bread is a noun. It is not a verb. You see, bread. It's a noun. It's not a verb. So how can you add ed to it? So definitely option A is the right one, which cannot be a past tense. Okay, let's have a look at question number 6. Which option is an adjective? Cry, dry, try, or fry? Which one is an adjective? So if I talk about cry, it's a verb, right? The child was crying. Try is also a verb. He tried hard to score good. Fry is also a verb. Fry, fried, fried. Okay, it is also a verb. But if I talk about dry, no doubt, it is a verb, but along with verb, it can be an adjective also. Okay, so this word can sometimes act as verb, can sometimes work as adjective also. For instance, you say that this is a very dry place. Okay, or maybe sometimes you say dry weather, dry season, dry clothes. So you see, you use this word to qualify nouns. So definitely it is an adjective also. Okay, so right answer is option B. Let's talk about question number 7. And you have to tell in this question which option is an antonym of transparent. Opposite. Antonym means opposite. So transparent is what? Transparent is through which you can see clearly. Okay, or you can say through which light can pass so that you can see through it clearly. That is transparent. There can be a transparent glass. Okay, a very clear glass through which you can see clearly. If I talk about its opposite, so opposite of transparent will be opaque. Now what is opaque? Opaque means through which you cannot see at all. Okay, for example, the best example of opaque is wall. Okay, through which light cannot pass and you can't see through it at all. So definitely it is the opposite of transparent. Solid, strong and closed are incorrect options. Okay, next question is very interesting. Which option completes the irreversible word pair suit and plant? So suit and boot, suit and hat, suit and cigar or suit and tie? What is the right phrase to use? So the right phrase is suit and tie it is. Okay, suit and tie. We call suit and tie. And what does it suggest? When we say suit and tie, so it's a slang basically. It suggests formal or professional. Okay. You see, whenever you must have seen professional people, whenever they go to office, they wear formals, right? For their profession, they wear formals. So suit and tie suggests the same, formal, professional. So definitely right answer is option D, tie, suit and tie. Now, let's have a look at next question. Which option is the homonym? Now, what is homonym? You can answer this question only when you know what is a homonym. So sometimes you must have seen words which are spelled same, which are pronounced also same. Okay, but have different meanings. So those words are called homonyms. All right. So now you have to pick such a word. Okay, which is a homonym, means you have seen another word like that, like the same spelling, same pronunciation, but with a different meaning. So you have to pick such a word. If I talk about came, it's not a homonym. If I talk about one, it's a homophone, but not a homonym. Homophones are what? Homophones are words which are pronounced same. Okay, one. You see, words which are pronounced same, but their spellings are different and their meanings are also different. As you can see this example, it's a homophone, but not a homonym. When, it is also not a homonym. The right answer is so. How? Let's see. So, one meaning of so is a tool used for cutting. Okay, first meaning is it's a tool used for cutting. And you also know that so is the past form of verb see also. You see, see, so, seen. So is the past form of verb see also, right? So that's why it is a homonym because it has two meanings. One meaning is as a noun, it is a tool used for cutting. Another meaning is as a verb. It is the past of verb see. To see something, right? It is past of verb see. So definitely option B is a homonym. Okay, let's have a look at question number 10 now. Which option is not an adjective? Now let's see. First option, fallen. Fallen is an adjective. Fallen is something lying on the ground after falling. You see, something like after falling is lying on the ground. It is called fallen. It's an adjective. For instance, a very good example can be a fallen tree. Okay, a fallen tree. So here it is qualifying a noun. So definitely it is an adjective. So this option can be ruled out. Let's talk about sullen now. Next one is sullen. Now what is sullen? Sullen is in a bad mood. Okay. In a bad mood. For example, she gave him a sullen glare. Okay. Sometimes when somebody is in very bad mood or not feel like talking to somebody. Okay. So that is sullen. She gave him a sullen glare. Sullen teenagers. Okay. And for example, he looked pale and sullen. He looked pale and sullen. Means he was in a bad mood. Didn't feel like talking to anyone. So that is sullen. Sometimes this word is used for weather or sky also. Okay. Sometimes when the weather is dark, unpleasant. Okay, in that case also we can use this word sullen. For example, we can say sullen sky. Okay, or sullen weather. So it can be used for weather purpose also. So definitely, my point is it can be adjective also. Okay, it is also an adjective. Woolen, you all know, woolen is an adjective. You must have used this word a lot in your life. Woolen. For instance, we say now woolen clothes, right? So definitely it is an adjective. Woolen cloths. So the word which is not an adjective is stolen. Then what is it? It's a verb and it's a past participle form of verb steal. Present form is steal. Past form is stole. And past participle form is stolen. For instance, I had my wallet stolen. You see, stolen is a past participle form of verb steal. So this is not an adjective, rather it's a verb. Okay, now quickly have a look at next question. Which option is a verb? If I talk about broad, if I talk about tall, if I talk about wide, or even if I talk about narrow, all these words are adjectives, no doubt. All of these are adjectives. Okay, no doubt. We say now, like broad street, wide street, narrow street, tall building. So all these are adjectives. But one of these options can be a verb also. Now we have to pick that option. And that option is narrow. Okay, narrow, no doubt, is an adjective as in narrow street. Okay, and narrow can be a verb also. In this case, it is an adjective, but it can be a verb also. How? For instance, he narrowed his eyes at her. So in this case, narrow is not an adjective. It's a verb here. You see, he narrowed. Ed. Ed is added to a verb to form its past form. So here it is a verb. So right answer is definitely option B. Okay, next question is from spellings now. Which option is not spelled correctly? Area, Arya, dear, mere. So let's see. This option I think everyone knows is correct. This one also. Area, dear, correct, no doubt. Now some of you must be wondering this one is incorrect. But no, this is also spelled correctly. There is a word like aria. Aria is a song for one voice. Okay. Especially in opera, right? A song for one voice. So it's not the incorrect one. Okay. It's the correct spelling, aria. But this word, there is no word like this, M-E-E-R in English. No such word. It could be this, mere, right? Which we use to emphasize that, very little or only. Sometimes it means only. So this could be the word, okay, M-E-R-E. But M-E-E-R is definitely not a right word. So that's why option D is the correct answer. Okay, next, very interesting. Which option is an uncountable noun? So, uncountable nouns are those nouns which you cannot count. And secondly, you can't form plural of uncountable nouns. Okay. And the word which is uncountable among these is floss, or sometimes it is also called dental floss. Okay. And I think you all are aware of dental floss. That is floss only. Okay. You can call it floss also. It's a thin type of string. Okay. Floss is a thin type of string used for cleaning between the teeth. Okay, so that is floss. A string used for cleaning between the teeth. Floss. And it is an uncountable noun. So the right one is option C. Rest all are countable nouns. Okay. Now, question number 14. Which option is a synonym of yearn? Now, this time you have to find a word similar in meaning to yearn. So firstly, let's have a look at the meaning of yearn. Yearn means to long for something, to have a desire or wish for something. That is yearn, longing for something, okay? To long for something. Okay, for example, people yearned for peace. Okay, so you can frame a sentence like this. People yearned for peace means they wanted peace, you can say. Okay, they had this desire for peace. So people yearned for peace. I think you got the answer. I told you the meaning, to long for something. So the right one is option B. Then what is this vouch? You vouch for something. What is that? Vouch for. Vouch for something means when you believe that somebody will behave well and you take responsibility for their actions. Okay. Or sometimes when you believe that this thing is true because you have evidence for it. So you can vouch for that thing. Okay, that is vouch. Despise is very simple. It's like to disrespect somebody. Okay, to not like somebody and kind of disrespecting them is despise. To dislike or disrespect someone. So definitely not the synonym of yearn. Wind, you all know. When the air is very fast with the help of, due to the natural forces, you can say. So that is wind. So yearn is the synonym. Long is the synonym of yearn. Okay. Now, next one is very interesting. Which option is a blend word? So what are blend words? Sometimes there are words which are made by combining two words. For instance, breakfast plus lunch. Okay, let me give you an example of blend word first. One word is breakfast, another word is lunch. And there is a word which is a combination, which is a blend word of these two, which is brunch. Right? Breakfast plus lunch is called brunch. Okay, one more. Hungry plus angry is called hangry. Okay, so these are blend words. So, which of the following is blend word? And this is bash. Bash is bang plus mash. Mash is not a blend word. Mash is like crushing something, like you mash potatoes. Okay. Slash means to cut or reduce something. Okay. To cut something, to cut the price, okay, or the reduce the amount of something. To cut or reduce is slashing it. Trash is waste. So definitely the blend word is bash. Bang plus smash. Now the next one, question number 16 is, the nurses were doing their bit, blank the survivors. With, for, on, or from. The nurses were doing their bit. Doing one's bit means to do one's share of a task or a job. Okay. To do one's share of a job or a task. That is doing one's bit. So the nurses were doing their share of a job for the survivors. Okay. They were doing it for somebody. We don't say with somebody. They are not doing it with survivors. They are doing it actually for survivors to make them survive. Okay. Survivors are who continue to live even after, going through a lot of difficulty, even after going through a lot of danger. Okay. Like almost they were killed, but they are still continuing to live. So that those are survivors. So nurses were trying to save their lives, so they were doing it for the survivors, okay, not from, on, or with. Now question number 17 is from subject verb agreement. A few days delay in business. You have to fill a verb here. And let me tell you, verb always and always comes according to the subject. If your subject is singular, verb will also be singular. And if the subject is plural, verb will also be plural. So this is what we call subject-verb agreement. This should be an agreement. A few days delay. Delay is a subject here and which is singular. So that's why singular verb should come in this blank, which is. Okay. A few days delay in business is a great loss. So definitely option D is the right pick. Very interesting question from phrasal verbs. The pupils blank for the rehearsal punctually. Now, 4 phrasal verbs from the verb turn are given here. Turn up, turn down, turn in, and turn out. So let me tell you the meanings of all these phrasal verbs first, so that you can pick the right option by yourself also. Okay. Turn up means to arrive. For instance, we decided to meet at 7:30 p.m. But she did not turn up, means she did not arrive. Okay. Turn down is to reject an offer, to refuse an offer. Okay. For example, she turned down the job offer. Simple. She rejected the job offer. Turn in. Turn in can be, when sometimes you face towards the center, when you move towards the center, that is turning in. Turn in can also mean to go to bed. Okay, it can also mean to go to bed. For example, it's very late now. I think I should turn in. Okay, means I think I should go to bed now because it's very late. Turn out. Turn out means to prove to be. Okay, like to discover to be or to prove to be. For instance, The cake I baked yesterday turned out to be delicious. Okay, means it turned out that way, to prove to be. So the right one definitely is option A here. Turn up means to arrive. So the pupils arrived for the rehearsal punctually on time. So definitely option A. Either of the boys blank chances to win. C. Either of. Whenever you find this, either of, neither of. So let me tell you. After them, the noun used should be plural, but the verb used should be singular. Okay. So either of the boys, noun plural, but verb should be singular, which is has here. Either of the boys has chances to win. Very, very important. Kindly take a note of it. Either of plus noun plural, but verb singular. Okay. And the final question of this session is question number 20. And rest of the questions we'll discuss later in the next session. Okay. So question number 20, the final one. I drank blank orange juice for breakfast. Now I'm blotted. So you see, for juice, which is an uncountable noun, can you use few? Can you use many? No, few and many are used with countable nouns. Okay. Now see, little and much both are used with uncountable nouns, but why too much is right there and not too little? Because it's written now I'm blotted, means you drank too much of it. Okay, not too little. If you have like drunk too little, why would you feel bloated? Right? So that's why. Too much. I drank too much orange juice for breakfast. So right pick is option D. So that's it for today. These were all the questions that I had to discuss with you today. I hope you found them very, very important. And now we'll meet in the next session with further questions that we are left with. So till then, bye-bye, take care, keep learning, keep sharing.